Well, hey y'all, it's Miss Katie from Heritage Ways. Who are you?
And Little Miss Homemaker.
Yes, Little Miss Homemaker. We are adding to our new playlist. Remember, what's the name of our new playlist that we have for new cooks?
2 in 1.
2 in 1. And why do we name it? Why did we name it 2 in 1?
2 recipes in 1 video.
Right, are they real hard?
No, ma'am.
Okay, they are for new cooks, and they are what we hope are simple to follow recipes or methods of how to make basic foods for the starting cook, no matter your age. You can check here for the first video where we made simple corn and baked potatoes.
Yes, ma'am.
Today we are going to make what we call family favorite lima beans. And I'm here to tell you, y'all, they are really, really good. I mean, we love these made this way. So I want to tell you, even if you're not a new cook, you need to know about this way to make lima beans. Now, we went shopping for our lima beans, and you can see that here.
Well, today the store has 2 lima beans for sale. These are baby limas, and they're much smaller. And we're going to use FORDHOOK limas, which are much bigger and plump.
Good. They're going to be yummy, aren't they?
Yummy, yummy.
But I'm telling you, we have had people in our home who said they didn't care for lima beans, and they've tasted these and they said they really, really liked them. So I'm going to tell you how we do that. And it's an anti-inflammatory food, so if you're on a anti-inflammatory diet, you're interested in, it's non-dairy, vegan, so that's a really good recipe. And then the other thing is just basic mashed potatoes. But I'm going to teach you how to make good mashed potatoes just like my German Uncle Pete did. Okay, so Little Miss Homemaker is peeling our potatoes. And what kind are they?
Gold potatoes.
Gold, or you might see in the store Yukon Gold.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to show you how to make these easy and delicious and healthy lima beans. Now we got this recipe from a lady who had cancer and actually was healed from cancer only without medication, chemotherapy, radiation, and so forth. She was healed through food and nutrition. So we learned this from her, and it's a great recipe. I have 4 bags of the FORDHOOK lima beans. They're 12 ounces each, if you just need to know that for reference. If it's just for 2 people, a retired couple without children at home, a newlywed couple, roommates, whatever, you might just want to do 1 bag for a couple of people. Maybe you want to do 2 bags for 4 to 5 people. We like leftovers, I've said that before. And also, we can eat, Mr. Patient can just eat a bowl of these, and it's so healthy and good for you. Here are some of the benefits of eating lima beans. Okay, this is actually too full. I don't recommend doing this, but I'm going to keep an eye on it, and I kind of know, since I'm a little more experienced than the new cook, I know to keep an eye on it. I know it's going to cook down, so this is not ideal to have it this full, I'll tell you. But I'm just going to put water in it until they're covered, and I'm going to put it on to simmer. This lid has a vent hole, so I like that, but if you have a lid that doesn't have the vent hole, then just do it catty-cornered on your pot. About the potatoes, I find that gold are really good for mashing. I like to use red for baking, only because that's what my mother-in-law always did and does, and it just makes a tender, soft potato. I just prefer that better than the russet potato. So let's go over here and let me show you for a minute about how I slice them. Basically, bottom line, basic rule is you want your pieces to be the same sizes in mass. You know, whether it's cubed or slices or whatever, whether it's big cubes, little cubes, you don't want a mixture. You want the same sizes so that it's going to cook at the same time. Okay, let's look over Little Miss Homemaker's shoulder here. We've got our pot to put our potatoes in. Excuse me, I'm just going to rinse off the ones I'm about to work with. Okay, now, where's my towel? These are the ones I'm working with. I use this little mandolin slicer. I use this. I'm going to tell you, you're scared too. The reason I use this is because it does give the same size slices. And I've decided I like to cook my potatoes in slices rather than cubes. I do that for potato salad or mashed potatoes or scallop potatoes. Scallop potatoes would need a thinner a width there. But anyway, I do that just because it seems to be fast. I like the way it cooks. I mean, it's faster to cook. I just like it better than cubes. I don't know. I don't have the finger guard, so this is one of those. I'm being real with you, and I'm telling you, I have cut myself. I got all prideful and thought I didn't need the finger guard and thought I knew what I was doing, and I sliced my finger. So I'm very cautious now, and I don't let Little Miss Homemaker use this, but you don't need to throw away the finger guard on this. But this came from Aldi for cheap. I know I got one from Pampered Chef years ago, and it was much more expensive than this one from Aldi, and it cracked and didn't last very long. I know they have a guarantee, but from what I understand, you had to have your receipt, and I don't. Okay, well, I tell you what, I'm not going to slice all these on camera, but I do want to just warn you not to throw away your finger guard. Even I don't take chances anymore. I'm careful. I don't go real fast or anything. If you had the finger guard, you could just whip through this job. Small one. I cover the potatoes with water, which I'll do here in a minute. And then I always take 3 bay leaves. Now, anytime I use bay leaves at all, I use 3. Little Miss Homemaker, turn around and tell us, do you remember why Mama does that?
So you don't have to keep up with the number.
Right. It's for simple reasons. You know, I started this when I only had 3 big boys who were little, and I always just put 3 bay leaves in whatever I was using them with, or using it in, and I knew how many to fish out, because you don't want to eat those. What might happen?
It will cut your throat.
It could cut you. So now there's such a thing as grinding up bay leaves, and you can use ground bay leaves in recipes, but that's not what we're talking about today. So there's our 3 bay leaves. And then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of salt in our potatoes. Like, oh, that was probably about a teaspoon or so. Come here, little buddy. That was probably about a teaspoon that I put in there. You going outside to play?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so we've covered these in water. There's not too much water. They're not swimming in water. You can see my beans. Like I said, this pot's not big enough, but I'm watching them the whole time. I'm turning it down to where it'll simmer. I'm going to put the lid just on catty-cornered like that. And I need a catty-cornered lid for this, Little Miss Homemaker, please.
Yes,
I'm just kind of stirring my salt around in there. And I'm going to get that to boiling. soon as that's boiling or nearly boiling, I'm going to turn it down to simmer. We're back. Our potatoes I've cooked. They're tender. You stick a fork in them to know if they're tender.
Yes, ma'am. We did that with the other potato video.
Oh, that's right, with the baked potatoes. Okay, that's right. The lima beans are done. They're cooked down. So there's still a little water left. I don't know that you can see that, but when I tilt it, I can see a little bit of water. So I'm just gonna finish cooking that off, but not completely. I'm also, for my mashed potatoes, I'm warming up about a cup of raw cream. You can use milk even. You can use store-bought. I just have raw milk. That's what we use. And I draw the cream off the top. So I'm warming up. Now, you don't want to boil milk or cook milk, especially in this case. So I'm just getting it warm. And I've got about a half a stick of butter in the cream. And when the butter's melted and everything, then I'll know it's all warm. There'll be small bubbles around the edge of the milk. I've got my limas here. You can see how much water remains. That's okay. You don't want to burn it. I've done that before. So what we're going to go ahead and do is finish it off, and then we'll just cook it on here a little bit more until the water cooks down just a little bit more. Now, I don't have amounts for you, measurements for you, but on this 4 bags of limas, I'm going to put a big old heaping serving spoon of coconut oil. Remember, we were taught to do it this way just about a year or two ago, and it's delicious. I'm going to use red chili pepper flakes. All right, and then you see in here, I've got my chili peppers that Little Miss Homemaker actually strung for us last year. And, you know, this is all chili pepper flakes are. It's just a crumbled up chili pepper like this. She was asking me, why are the whole peppers in there? Well, because this is why. You just break it up, toss it in there.
Okay, I learned something new.
Okay, I use Celtic sea salt. It's larger, it's a little bit crunchier. I'm going to say two teaspoons. And then I'm going to do some fresh cracked black pepper too. That's it. And I know it sounds simple and you're thinking, why is that called your family's favorite? But trust me, it is really good. It's creamy. Now, there's more liquid in here than I want, but I'm going to cook it down just a little bit more. And you're going to watch it. Cook it down and watch it. One thing I want to tell y'all, a tip. Grow your own peppers. It's not hard. At least it's not hard where I live, in the zone where I live. Grow your own peppers. It's not hard to dry them, to string them. I've got a video we can put up here where Little Miss Homemaker strung them last year. And that's all it is. It's just stringing them and they dry out. I want to point out that we used to keep these little pepper packets that we got from the pizza place. And I would keep them and I would use them in my cooking. Well, just not long ago, I turned it over and I realized it says crushed red peppers treated with radiation. Radiation? I don't want to knowingly consume, or if I can help it, consume foods that were treated with radiation. So that goes in the garbage can, and I've learned a lesson. Just use my own homemade, homegrown, home preserved red chili pepper flakes. Forget this radiated food. So just know what's in your food. I would have never thought that this is something I didn't need to be consuming. All right, so we have drained our potatoes. I have taken out the 3 bay leaves that were in here. And you know what? It's okay if you don't find them all. They're not going to chop up when you're mixing them, so you'll see them. Okay, so remember, this is 5 pounds. What we've got is my healthy Redmond's real salt, and I'm going to put about, that's probably 2 teaspoons. One of Uncle Pete's, one of Uncle Pete's secrets, white pepper. And I'm going to put that much. This is a soup spoon. So that's a scant tablespoon, I would call it. And then another of his secrets was to warm up the cream and the butter ahead of time. So we're going to do that. And for today, I'm using this hand mixer straight in my pot. I'm doing this for a reason. I'm doing this for those folks who might live in a small apartment and they don't want to dirty up a lot of dishes. They don't want to put this in their KitchenAid, or they might not have a KitchenAid. They just want to do fast, easy. There may be times you have to serve from the table in this. Hey, that's fine. You do what you have to do. And that is just fine. So I'm trying to make it as simple as I can for y'all. You see what I'm doing? I'm kind of breaking it up. There's no liquid. I've drained it. Now you can save your liquid for other uses, but we're not talking about that today. I'm going to turn it on low. My little things, most of my appliances have switch problems. And then I'm just going to move it around here. It's creaming itself. All that's in here is the potatoes and salt and pepper. And then I'm going to add my melted cream and butter. Mix it up a little bit, and then I'll add some more. Now you beat it as long as you want to whip it. You can call it cream potatoes, whipped potatoes, mashed potatoes, whatever you call it. Some people actually like lumps in it. Some people don't. Just beat it as long as you want to. You could stop now or you could keep going. All right, well, that's it. We have, for the new cook, we have made our good, favorite, wonderful lima beans. Please try them. All you have to lose is the price of a bag of beans and, some coconut oil. Try them. They're good. The mashed potatoes, Uncle Pete style. By the way, my German uncle, you can look at this video here, learn more about him and how he's special to us. But he taught me how to make these mashed potatoes. We're going to taste them. You get up here. We're going to taste them. You taste them. Hey, there's Mr. Patient. Come here. Do you mind tasting food for us?
Sorry.
All right. Mr. Patient is going to try our mashed potatoes. Y'all taste them, and I'm going to tell the folks something. Don't double dip now. Here, you can use that big spoon right there. Any of them.
You think my mouth is that big?
No, but I was going to use it. So if you don't use it, I will. Listen, I want to just tell this to the new cook. I thought this playlist was going to be easy to make, but making this video was not easy for me. And I'm going to tell you why and ask you to have grace with cooks who are more experienced, and you ask for their recipe and they say, well, I don't know. No. It is really hard. I've been cooking for my family for years and not using measurements and so forth with many recipes. So there are playlists on here where I'm new, like this one right here talking about Instapot. But in the case of making mashed potatoes and something, what's simple to me, it's not easy to make those videos. I just realized that. So new cooks.
It's not a walk in the park?
It's not. And so if you have questions.
Is it a dance in the kitchen?
Yes.
Is it a dance in the kitchen?
I thought you were going to do some Chicago music.
Saturday in the park. I think it was the 4th of July.
Okay, yeah. Anyway. I
don't know a dance in the kitchen song.
There's Katie, beautiful Katie. No, wait, is that... no. Hey, good looking.
What's you got cooking?
I mean, not that I'm good looking, but I mean, that's
that we went to see in Montgomery.
It's not a video.
Oh, never mind.
Hey, try the mashed potatoes.
Hey, leave your comments and questions below. We'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.